Good morning, peoples. Hope you've had a great weekend. I've had an adventurous weekend, to say the least. I did go off to a 3-day summit for a group I belong to that they were running. And it was an interesting time for me, a really interesting time. And it reminded me so much of what I wasn't, that enabled me to really begin to figure out what I am and what I do. And this has been an issue for me for a long time. And those of you that know me best will know I am a prolific beginner of various projects and businesses and ideas, full of them. Absolute great beginner, startup, all of that. Pretty lousy at the long term, keep it going, make it work bit. And this used to worry me, really used to worry me. So the conference that, I say the conference, it was a summit, and it was a lot of very well-known coaches talking about how to get started, how to do the work, finding clients, niches, that sort of thing. And there were some big names there. There was Lucy, and there was Andy Harrington, and there was other people. Nikki V gave me a wonderful 15-minute mentoring session, which clarified something I'd really been thinking about, which actually on my way home completely went out the window. Now, I didn't stay the whole 3 days. I actually got a little frustrated and annoyed halfway through, and apart from the fact that, as most of you know, I'm not a well girl. I have my issues, my fibro that attacks every now and again, and I was feeling quite ill, and there was no way I could have stayed for the 3 days. So I got quite frustrated, and I came home because I found myself being drawn into this whole sort of, give me the money and I'll make you this, and do you want to be a great speaker, and do you want to be on a stage with Tony Robbins and Richard Branson, and me being me, and me, I want to do that, and hand all these thousands of pounds over, and I don't have thousands of pounds. I don't even have a few pounds most of the time. And it was that frustration that on the way home, really sort of made me think, because actually when I really thought about it, I thought even if I'd had the money, yes, I would have handed it over at that time, but I didn't want to be that person who was pushing you all to get involved, because a statement came out, and I've heard this statement many times before from various well-known coaches and mentors and trainers who are making good money. And honestly, I don't disrespect the amount of money they make. I don't disrespect, the charges they make. It's the statement that if you're not ready to invest in yourself, then you're not ready to do whatever it is you want to do. And I even heard somebody say once, if you aren't going to invest in yourself, you shouldn't be in business. Yes, I understand the truth in that to a point. I do understand the truth in that. But I think the most frustrating part is for someone like myself, who has spent quite a bit of time struggling and prolifically starting new things and doing all the rest of it, was, I'm on a fixed income. And I'm trying to get myself, my foot on that ladder, and I can't find the odd £20,000 here or the odd £6,000 there. I can't even find the odd couple of £100 sometimes, and I just got quite frustrated, and I had talked to a lot of people at this summit, and I realised that actually there was quite a few people like that, and a lot of us that do lots of great stuff, lots of good things, different things here, different things there. I am a great speaker. I love the stage. I love my audience. And I love the work I do online. I love building my website. I love doing my coaching to people to help them get themselves back into life. And a lot of what I do, even with some of the public speaking I do for the groups I work with, voluntary, it is a lot of the time about sort of giving them a hand and helping them up again after they've fallen. And every one of us in life has had a moment where we've fallen flat on our faces, or we have been pushed flat on our faces, and I'm no exception. My history in life is very much up and down, and my downs have been very, very down, and I have sat there with that bottle of pills and, safe to say, taken them. And I have been saved by people and let down by people, and my story is very much like everybody else's. And I think for me, my illness, my lovely fibro, really knocked me flat on my face, as it stopped me working and it stopped me doing the things I wanted to do. And so I had to start looking for new things. And anyway, long story short, ramble. It was on my way home that I realised what really annoyed me about those things. And it was funny because Lucy Whittington, if you know her or don't know her, look her up, brilliant lady, had been telling us her story about what drove her mad, and she couldn't understand it, and it seemed like common sense to her, which helped her move into the niche she works in. And it struck me on the way home that actually every time I go to these things, and trust me, I go to a lot, and people say to me, why are you going? You hate them. You never enjoy them. You never last. And even if I have invested all that money in them, I rarely last at the end because they have driven me mad. And then I realised what it was that drove me mad about those things, and what it was. And it wasn't about me. It was how I felt for other people, and what they were saying or what they were going through. And I decided there and then, actually, there is another great idea and project I'm going to move towards, and take everything I do into this new project. And I am going to ignore everything that all these other people keep telling me. I have never been very good at following direction, and those of you that have known me in my paid work will know that people struggled a lot to manage me. I do things slightly differently, and I come at things from a different angle, and I'm going to go into this at a different angle. But I'm going to take everything that I have done, everything I am good at, and put it into one place. And I am going to launch a new project, and I'm not saying anything yet because I'm still trying to finalise how this is going to work. And I'm going to do it my way. And it isn't about the money. It never has been about the money for me. Yes, I have to pay my bills. Yes, I need to keep a roof over my head. But it's never been about the money. Somebody actually said to me at the weekend, you're a very rare person. And I don't believe that for a minute. I think there's a lot of people where money isn't the sole intention of why we do things. So yes, so look out for that. I just wanted to feed back to people that these things are worth going to. Don't get me wrong, they're worth going to, if only to find out what you don't want to do and how you don't want to work. And I have great respect for all those coaches and all those trainers. Don't get me wrong, that they have such amazing stories to tell and such amazing business models. And I don't disrespect that in any way whatsoever. But I had to look at it and go, that is not me. That is not how I work. And I have to stop trying to work in the way that everybody else expects me to, and work in the way I want to and needs to, in order that my own authentic self is a part of it. And that's what's been missing. And so I'm going to spend some time putting this together. I'm still, the public speaking is my big thing. You know how much I love that. But I actually now have something in me to have a signature speech about, and you will hear more about that in another time. And I am going to move forward as I always have. I'm going to pick myself up and move forward, and that should be a clue actually to everybody, because one of the things I do and I'm very good at is the ability to pick myself up and move forward again, and be flexible about life and change. So that's what I'm going to do. And I just wanted to wish you, hope you had a great weekend. To say I did. I met my lovely cousin. We haven't seen each other for years, Tracy, so I had a nice time with her. The M4 I've decided I hate with a passion. Don't ever ask me to drive the M4 again. Don't want to do it, especially on a Friday night. Or Friday evening, I should say. And I hope you have a great week, and I will let you know more as it goes on, but I wanted to share this with you, and I specifically want to share this with the APTCT. I I do think if I can't say it, I shouldn't belong to it. But anyway, it's this organisation for trainers and coaches I belong to, and I wanted to give them some feedback from me personally about the weekend, and to thank those people I talked to for some of the great stuff they gave me. So have a great week. Do something really special just for yourselves. And remember, if life has tripped you up, if you've fallen flat on your face, or you're just laying there thinking, I really don't want to get up again, well, you have to get up at some point. So give yourself a little bit of negotiation and decide when you're going to get up. Then you can lay there and wallow for as long as you like until that point when you've said you're going to get up, and then you will. Okay, so have a great time, and I will talk to you again soon, and hopefully you'll all be as bright and breezy as me. Okay, bye.